It's Chico. It's Delamar.
And it's Gino.
On the Morning Rush, Part 1.
The Morning Rush. Chico, Delamar, Gino. RX 93.1.
Monster Radio RX 93.1. Good morning, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Well, it is November 1. It's a holiday.
November 1 holiday. Everybody trooping to the cemetery.
All the cemeteries all around the Philippines.
That's true.
Actually, last night I was coming in from the south from trick-or-treating, and it was insane. Coming out of Sukat, yes. I looked to my right, coming out of Sukat, and even the skyway was like a parking lot. And we could see the lights of the cars. It's all packed from Sukat. All the way as far as the eye can see.
Yikes.
It was crazy. It was like,
because there is one right along SLEX. There is I always see a cemetery there.
Oh, maybe.
The one with the risen Jesus.
The risen Jesus.
Yeah.
And also so many people are going out of town for many reasons.
Right.
One for Undas. And some going out because they want to take a vacation.
Right.
And everybody troops to the north or to the south.
Or to the south. You're right. It's the whole Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes. So if
you didn't take a Monday to Wednesday leave.
But it would have been smarter if you did, because you don't want to get caught up in traffic. It was insane.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would take advantage of the 11 days.
Yes.
But come back earlier.
Maybe
or
later.
A day or two.
Yeah, earlier or later.
Or later, yeah.
One day later, one day early.
So, all right.
I don't know just how many people are listening to us, but maybe we are being heard in the cemetery.
I think so. People, even before we started, there were some tweets saying we're listening to you on our way to Ganyan, on our way to Pampanga, on our way to whatever. So, thank you if you're listening to us.
Yeah.
And we've got a top 10 for you. Let's just do something fun and light for today. So, obviously, cemeteries would mean Lapida.
Yes.
So, today we are doing, thank you to Lazy Boy Takyo for sending this in. We are doing the top 10 funny Lapida quotes.
Okay, the tombstone.
For instance, Deads na mi, lapit na you.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's... make it funny.
Yeah.
Nothing serious, nothing,
we can't,
And
Deads na mi, lapit na you.
Deads na mi, with a Z, ha? Deads na mi, lapit na you.
Okay.
That would be fun. If I saw that, I would love it. I'd take a picture of it and Instagram it.
And it's funny because anyone who reads that will find that funny.
Right?
Hopefully.
Diba? So, if you want to join us, key in RX, space your entries, and send them to 2299. Let's just have fun, even with a hashtag.
Right.
So, if you want to join us, again, key in RX, space your entries, and send them to 2299, or tweet us via twitter.com/RXTMR. Use our two hashtags today. Hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
Okay, that's our hashtag.
Okay, let's just have fun for today.
I hope there will be people joining us all the way from the cemetery.
I hope so.
Joining the top 10.
Because there's an extra something funny about it. If you're actually there.
And you can see all the lapidas and
all
the
lapidas. That's what we do a lot.
Check out.
We really just check them out. Sometimes like, ay, ang bata pa nito.
Yeah.
Or you see some, lapida na from as way back as you could
1920s,
find. Wow,
right.
He was born ganyan pa. Or, wala lang. It's a thing that we do.
Something that entertains you in the cemetery.
You. All right. So, that's it.
All right. Let's start the show at 6:10. Let's start it off with Stushi.
Best FM radio station. 20th KBP Golden Dove Awards. Monster Radio, RX 93.1. Your Kikay Barkada. The Morning Rush.
Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to a holiday. It's November 1, 2012. All Saints Day. We're here for you, and so we've got the first news update here on the Morning Rush. Brad Pitt has pledged to donate $100,000 to the Human Rights Campaign in support of the organization's drive for marriage equality. The Fight Club star has been the longtime activist for same-sex unions, famously saying he would not marry fiancée Angelina Jolie until everybody in the U.S. had the right to wed. Pitt has encouraged fans to donate cash, which he will match dollar for dollar in order to raise awareness and support for marriage equality issues, which is on the ballot in 4 states during next week's election. In a statement, the actor says, and I quote, "It's unbelievable to me that people's lives and relationships are literally being voted on in a matter of days. In Maine, Maryland, Minnesota, and Washington, voters will go to the polls to decide if gay and lesbian couples, our friends and neighbors, are worthy of the same protections as everyone else." Unquote.
Swoon.
Right. Wow.
Diba? I mean, like, they don't have to. They can just live their own lives comfortably and not
But they
really...
see the inequality and they want to fight for it.
Right?
You know,
Because you would think, look, if you're all that and your lives are all that, you can just have your little cocoon, don't really care what the rest of the world is going through.
Right.
So it's... Seriously, that's so nice of them.
Okay, well,
even for
if
Angelina.
you think that was swoon-worthy, okay, here's a full quote on what he really thinks about marriage equality, okay? "But that's the system we have, and I'm not going to back down from the fight for loving and committed couples to have the ability to marry, especially when groups like the Human Rights Campaign are fighting these battles day in and day out. Every person's right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is enshrined in our country's Declaration of Independence, but powerful, well-funded groups are flooding the airwaves with lies, trying to take away those rights from certain people, and we cannot stand for it." Unquote.
Nice. You know what's nice? It's not their fight.
No,
You
that's
know,
right.
I mean, like, not personally at least. I mean, like, for instance, they can get married anytime. So
With
technically, this doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
But for them to put their money where their mouth is means they really care.
They empathize.
They empathize. You know how you stick your neck out for loved ones, for relatives? You know, that's how they do. This is what they're doing, but for strangers, complete strangers.
Well, you know, Angelina has always been socially aware.
Right.
And
you can make fun of her and all that.
But the work she does.
But she really puts the work in. And
for UNICEF.
Not Bosnia.
Yeah, for Bosnia.
And remember, we're not talking about the media-friendly charitable work. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's not the easy one. Because let's say you were to... go to an orphanage and take care of, children. Children are always cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's relatively easier than let's say going to Smoky Mountain or work with inmates. It's a little harder, and they don't shrink from their social obligations. And I really, 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 really give it up to them. You can make as much fun of them as you want. You know how comics always make fun of the socially relevant celebrities. But for me, it's like, good for you guys.
Good for you, right.
Good for you.
Well, this is going to be, I don't know, maybe 300 years away from the Philippines. But we are talking about the United States of America and their constitution.
Yes. And it starts somewhere.
It starts somewhere. And
we take our cue from them.
In Europe, this is already like...
It's a given.
It's a given.
Yeah.
This is, for them, a civil right. Mm-hmm. And because they
it's
have
not a religious right.
Not a religious right.
It's not it's a civil right.
In some governments, they understand that religion is separate from government. Mm-hmm. Ours is not the same. Mm-hmm. We may think it is, but it really isn't. There's still a lot of... And all religions have a say.
Right.
But because we are a mostly Catholic country... the Catholic Church has a big say on what happens in laws,
and that's why the symbol for justice is a blindfolded woman with a scale, because it's not supposed to see
who you are,
what your religion is, and,
how tall, how beautiful, what color your skin is. But
all it decides is what is fair for everyone.
Now we're not exactly saying that we should have this right here in the Philippines. I'm saying, open your mind that in some governments in the world, it is a given.
Yeah.
And in some parts of the world, it's
It will work. It will work for some. It won't work for some.
And in some governments, it's about to be voted on.
Yes.
And we are really far behind that. But that's how the world is.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And remember, even with divorce, we're the final country in the entire world who doesn't have divorce.
Yeah, Malta and
it's okay
Argentina have already said yes.
I guess for me, it's like, it's okay for you to believe that, let's say divorce. I'm okay if you believe that it's wrong. But you also have to be okay that other people will believe that it's right.
Yeah. That's pure
what
equality.
Democracy for you. You
and
can
equality.
believe what you believe, but you have to, because there are people who just cannot even stand that you believe the opposite of what they believe.
Intolerance.
Can't be like that. You know, you can believe what you want, and I'd respect that. But you gotta respect that I could believe otherwise.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Brad Pitt is somebody who believes otherwise and is putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah.
That is the news. The first one today here on the show. We're taking you all the way until 10, holiday or not. We're here for you only on Monster Radio RX 93.1.
So perfect. Skeletons.
Skeletons.
Because it is
Skeletons.
The Morning Rush Top 10.
Morning Rush Top 10.
Monster Radio RX 93.1. Time for the top 10 for today, courtesy of Lazy Boy Takyo. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes, or what you read in your tombstone or your Lapida. Let's start off with...
Sorry, I just figured out that that's what Lapida means.
Yeah. It's the... Well, technically because a tombstone, diba the old school tombstone, yung that thing, what do you call that
Like
shit?
tablet.
The tablet thing.
Like a tablet that's... But now, with us, it's the
Someone
slab.
on the ground. Right.
The marble slab on the ground.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I think it's just much more...
I think it's easier.
One, it's easier. One, it looks better. Because if
And
you
it
have
doesn't
all
fall.
these... Yeah, it doesn't fall. And all these things, if you see it... And they don't do that tablet anymore.
No more.
If you have like a Lapida now, it's like a thick... Like almost as thick as a traffic barrier.
Yeah.
You look like a vampire, Gino. Why do you look like a vampire?
Why?
I do?
Look at his
looks
eyes.
the same.
Look at his eyes.
Because it's red.
It's scary.
Oh no, also maybe because there's like still a little bit of makeup, it's hard to remove it.
Sabi ko na eh.
Yeah.
Did you put like eyeliner?
Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow kasi walang eyeliner.
Okay.
Masakit sa mata. And yeah.
That's why. Kind of looks scary.
Okay.
Looks like
Okay. Because I didn't...
Why? Is it really that?
Parang hindi
disturbing?
naman
No,
Ako, I
you
don't
look-
see
I
it.
had a beard yesterday.
You had a beard.
Yeah, I had like a full-on beard.
Oh.
I had a wig.
A beard and a wig. Sounds like a fun
And I was
night.
wearing a kimono.
And
nothing
now.
underneath.
Now it makes sense.
So I was like a tranny geisha. I was a samurai, okay.
Okay.
So they had to make my eyes look Asian-y.
Asian-y.
Asianer. Asian-nest.
All right, so we've got the top 10 funny Lapida quotes. And yes, that's what Lapida is. Your whatever.
The tombstone.
The tombstone. Ilad Villanueva says, in need of one up. An extra life.
Mario, in need of one up.
That's one up. Extra
Yeah,
life.
one up.
Okay. That's
It's
what
a
you
gaming
get.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Malditang Divine says, dadalhin kita sa aking palasyo.
Tay.
Alan Agrao says, masaya dito, lahat only. Because, it's forever.
Forever.
So everything is
Oh,
only.
right.
Diba? And Elliot Girl says, follow me on Twitter. Because God knows I'll follow you.
Creepy.
Scare them.
Ilad Villanueva says, Lapida ng Jeje, dead snap foes. Pati sa Lapida, Jeje ka pa rin.
What if no? Yun talaga.
Dead snap
Tapos yung Lapida mo,
foes.
may cap.
May
May cap.
Nakakainis. Camilo says, mabuhay ang patay. Alan Agrao says, dito na me, where na you? Lagi siyang dito na me.
Oh my
Because he's not
God.
going anywhere.
And you never know exactly where he is. I mean,
Right.
is he in heaven?
Diba?
Or is he like right there?
Right there?
Angel Rain says, see you soon. As simple as that.
Nandamay.
See you soon.
But the truth is, we're all going there at
exactly.
one point or another.
Pero wag naman sana soon, diba?
Yeah, but some earlier than others.
Kasi maybe kaya soon. Kasi
Naalala
parang...
ko tuloy yung conversation nating tatlo sa car.
Oh, yeah. That's a horrible
I
conversation.
know. We were just wondering, when each other's... More of, Gino was wondering.
When we'll kick the bucket.
Yeah, when
I wasn't even saying that, I was just asking something else.
It was hilarious though.
Buhay pa kami, nililibing na kami.
It's a valid question.
Elliot Girl says, what would be written on the lapida? Anong tinitingin-tingin mo dyan? And obviously, you would only get to read it if you're
If you're actually looking at it.
So you go, anong tinitingin-tingin mo dyan? Mapapatalis ka ng tingin eh.
You'd
diba?
be so creeped out. And then you'd laugh, I think.
Yeah.
Camilo says, babangon ako't gugulatin kita. No,
I don't
please
like that.
no. Keiko Bilio says, to hell with you. Or, to me. Kasi siya yung patay na eh. And the entry that caps off the bottom half of the top 10 funny Lapida quotes comes from Camilo.
He says,
Here lies an atheist, all dressed up and nowhere to go. Atheist.
Kasi
He doesn't
atheist eh.
believe in neither heaven nor hell.
yeah.
So he has nowhere to go. He's
You've
just
got
there.
nowhere to go. You're just there. Wala lang. In your box.
I
under
don't
the
know
ground.
where to go.
Diba? So there you go. That's what we're doing today. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Key and RX, space your entries and send them to 2299 or tweet us via twitter.com/RXTMR. Please include the 2 hashtags for today. Hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
Make it trend.
This is RX 93.1.
The Morning Rush Top 10.
Morning Rush Top 10.
Monster Radio RX 93.1. And
Even I'm like shocked.
what?
And that takes a lot to
Chico
do.
is sometimes the things that come out of your mouth.
Diba? And you know what I
Or the
realized?
other way.
Chico!
Diba?
Ay, nako.
On holidays, Chico's...
Parang it gets wilder.
Oy.
As if naman
He's so feisty.
Kasi parang feeling ko parang walang nakikinig.
Lumalakas loob.
Alam mo lang yun.
Hey, we'd like to say happy birthday to Rafi.
Happy birthday to
Happy
Rafi
birthday,
B.
November 1.
Happy birthday. Mas patanda ka na naman sa akin ngayon. Basta,
Habulan lang ba kayo?
that's the thing because half of the year...
Habulan ba?
No, half of the year we're the same age. Half of the year, mas matanda
Rafi?
siya. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jude who's younger than both of you.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
So-
Because I remember Louis is October 1, Rafi's November 1, and then Jude is January 17,
Yes.
right?
Ako, kailan birthday ko?
December 17.
14, January 14.
Oh, January 14. Okay.
Oh, pareho tayong 17.
Yeah.
And then pareho tayong bunso.
Yeah. It's pareho tayong in love.
Isa't
Kanino?
isa.
Wait, so pareho kami ni Jude, 14.
14. January
January
14.
14.
All right. So, we've got ugly... lazy boy taco. Hindi ugly boy taco. Hindi kasi ugly kid.
Ginawa mo naman pangit eh.
Kasi ugly kid Joey eh. Diba? So,
Ay, nako,
Remember that
grabe.
story?
Yeah,
there
that's
was
the
an EB.
funniest.
There was an EB here at the station.
okay. Backgrounder. We have ugly kid Joey. One of our regular
Senders.
Senders.
Yeah.
So, the rushers know that there's an ugly kid Joey. So, okay.
No, go ahead.
And then one EB, so all the rushers were here, and then in comes a guy and goes, "Hi, I'm Joey." And then Jay Ryan goes, "Oh my gosh, are you ugly kid Joey?"
And then
And
we all...
then the guy goes,
No. And then we all started laughing.
Kawawa naman.
"Oh my gosh, another moment."
But to Jaime, it was really just because of the code name.
Yeah.
It wasn't
yeah.
a judgment.
But it was so
Pero
funny
parang-
yesterday because we had like a Halloween party at home, right? So everyone was in costume. So my niece-in-law, my nephew's wife, came in Katy Perry costume. So my brother-in-law, the dad of the nephew, goes, "Uy, ang galing! Wig yan?" And she goes, Hindi, buhok ko to. At yung nakakatawa, no, sabi niya, okay, pero pinatigas mo. Sabi niya, bagong condition ako. It's like, and the more he tried to save it.
Nikki?
It was so funny kasi 1-2 punch. Yung, wig yan? Hindi, buhok ko to. Pero pinatigas mo lang. Hindi rin. Bagong condition.
Actually, during Halloween, I think a lot of judgment is passed on. Like yesterday,
It's the worst thing to say.
we saw this one person. They had a black shirt that was sort of like lifted up to the torso area.
Yeah.
Then they had a big belly. So you were like, okay, must be playing like a pregnant woman or something. Apparently he was a panda. Kasi black tapos white yung shirt sa loob. So he just lifted it up to make it look parang so there's really a lot of judgment going on.
Tsaka yung what's this?
Hindi fly. Hindi kasi if you're gonna do that, you have to make sure that your costume is believable. And then when you tell people, it's like, it's
Ito
about,
meron pa kaming costume fail. My nephew naman came as Justin Timberlake, pero in the SNL shtick, in a box.
Yeah.
So he had box.
that was supposed to be my plan with
really?
my friend. Yeah.
He did it as in exactly that. So he had
Was he like naked? No.
No naman,
Okay.
it's like in the video, diba? He had
Nakasuit,
this
yeah.
suit tapos meron siyang gift box dun sa,
Yeah, so
Sino to?
Mikel.
Mikel.
So, it was in a box,
Yeah.
right? Awkward. Syempre, the older ones didn't know what it was. So my mom, his lola would like, Mikel, anong costume yan? Slap kami. Awkward.
explain mo yan ngayon.
Kay Lola?
Yeah, right? Explain that to your lola. And it was just so funny kasi obviously they didn't get it. And
No.
how do you explain it? The shtick,
I
diba?
don't know.
It's
Paano
Ang
nga?
daming awkward.
That was supposed to be our plan.
Talaga.
For next
And
year.
he's so, kaya lang there's a downside to it.
It's hard to walk around.
No, hindi siya makaupo. When it's time to eat, he has to remove it. Kasi there's a box.
Pero may cover naman.
So if you make cover,
May cover yun.
Even naman in the video.
Even in the video, there's a
I
cover.
don't know.
So remember, pag umupo ka, masuskush yung box. So you have to take it out pa if you're going to sit down.
And actually, medyo costume fail ako yesterday. Because, okay, I was dressed as a samurai.
Ah.
So I had a kimono, like a samurai sword, the wig, and then, so initially, I wasn't supposed to have a beard. But I look too much like a geisha. This is a true story. So
You're gunning for samurai. You landed on geisha. There's something wrong.
hey, I can't help it.
Wait. This is a bona fide kikay talaga.
I
Kasi,
can't.
alam mo kung bakit? Kasi geisha.
Whatever. No, okay. You know the thing, I can't help it if my features are a little feminine.
Very beautiful.
If I'm kind of androgynous. But anyway, so I had a beard
Drawn
what do you call
on.
it? Drawn on. And then so the minute we go to the place, people are like, "Oh, cool, you're a geisha." I'm like, "Dude, my beard na nga eh."
Samurai.
May beard na nga eh.
Samurai.
Parang sabi ko, "Hello, my beard na." Hindi mo pa rin na-gets.
Ako before, I went as a samurai.
Oh.
Okay? So sa barkada namin na party
Right.
back in college. When I go in, they go, "Oh, Saisaki waiter."
Saisaki
Sobrang nobody got it.
Ay, nako.
Pero don't blame the costume.
Diba? Tapos here's the thing. Last night, sobrang fail din. So, ang ano namin, we all prepared like, yung regular costumes. And then I find out, may theme pala kami. It had to be Grammys. So obviously, parang music anything
and,
that,
musically
So
inclined.
obviously, I didn't
That's
have,
why Katy Perry, Justin Bieber.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what was your costume?
So obviously, I didn't have anything that would look like a singer, right? So what I did was, sabi ko, magpa-phantom na lang ako. Total, it's still music somehow. So I wore my jacket, black pants, all black.
Yeah.
Diba? Tapos I had
Tapos
my
you wore
mask.
mask.
Tapos ang shirt ko, yung my Phantom of the Opera shirt.
Okay.
So sabi nila, why would Phantom wear?
Hindi. Commercialized na daw kasi.
Sabi niya, ano siya, fan siya ng sarili niya.
Oo, commercialized na daw. He had to
Sabi
buy
ko,
his own merchandise.
Para I don't have to explain my costume. Sabi ko, I just wore the shirt.
Pero fail kasi you still had to explain.
Ay, nako.
Ay, nako. All right, so the top 10 for today is courtesy of Lazy Boy Takyo, not Ugly Boy Takyo. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Let's start off with, okay, let's see. Coming from Boy Taboy. Ako ngayon, bukas naman ikaw. And Boy Bakal says, totoo pala, bawal tumawid na kamamatay. Kung talagang tumawid.
It's like that, you remember that scene in Bruce Almighty?
Which one?
Where he was already giving back God's power. And he really needed help already.
Yeah.
And then so he knelt on a highway and he was like, help me! And then there was a light, so he was like, finally! And he gets run over by a truck. And then so God goes,
Right.
God tells Bruce, well, you kneel in front of a highway, you already know what's gonna happen.
And then Tinfinity says, pumili ka, susunod ka, o susunduin kita?
Again, we're talking about what you would put in your lapida.
In your lapida.
Yeah.
Lapida.
Not lapido.
Lapida.
Shivana says, told Voldemort to go F himself. Ayun, naabada ka na.
Ayun.
Coco Hernandez says, pag nakabaon, di mo na mahuhugot.
Kasi patay na eh. Yung bangkay.
This kind of baon.
Oo.
Diba? Diba pag binaon ka na sa
Ewan ko
lupa?
sa inyo.
Hindi na mahugot
Ewan
yun.
ko.
Hindi, actually,
ko.
pwede, pero pahirapan na.
You can be exhumed, but
No,
you need
actually,
permits. You need
need permits.
It's very hard
Yeah.
to...
We were supposed to...
It's very hard.
Yes.
Yeah, to get a permit.
We were supposed to exhume my dad because my mom suddenly had the idea that what if we just have him cremated
So that he can
so
be in
that
your
he
house.
can be in our house.
Yeah.
And then it turns out there's a number of years minimum
Right.
if you've buried them already.
What?
Obviously, if they've just died, then you can cremate immediately.
Yeah.
But if you've already buried the corpse under the ground and then you decide to exhume to cremate them, you'd have to wait a certain number of years first before you can exhume it.
Because I think they're... Yeah.
Kasi
'cause-
nagdidecay pa, so it's kind of not sanitary.
yeah. Mostly...
Even if it's sealed. Even if it's sealed.
Yeah, mostly it's health considerations.
Yes. I mean, like, you can exhume it pag kunyari puro bones na lang. Then that's okay.
Right.
But if they're still
But if they're still
decaying,
Because
decaying.
remember,
it's not a good idea.
there's a lot of bacteria
That's why...
encased in this little
Right,
box.
in this box.
That's why you're not allowed to bury, let's say, your loved one in your backyard. You're not allowed.
Even pets.
It's zoned. Yeah,
Even pets are not
Really?
allowed.
But
yeah.
I buried
Exactly, that's not allowed.
That's not allowed.
Because they get
It's unsanitary.
the decaying.
You know, we did that once. We buried our dog in the front yard. Tapos we even like put, because we didn't know that rule. So we buried the dog very deep, and then patted the soil really tightly, and then we even put mga hollow blocks on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know what? The first time that it rained,
The
parang
smell.
nag-expand yung the corpse.
Yeah.
And to the point that the hollow blocks were
Naging
toppled
mound.
over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
nag-bulge because apparently
The gas.
the gases and
from the
whatever.
bacteria.
And it's not very sanitary. So
That's why the corpses bloat.
Right.
It's the gas from
It's
the
gas
bacteria.
from, yeah.
diba? Jay Ryan says, tama ang sabi nila, I'm down to earth.
Literal.
Diba? And Shivana says, overdosed on Viagra. His wife took it very hard. The
I
death.
bet she did.
The death.
Yes.
I
Siyempre,
bet
di ba
she
kung ikaw
did.
yung wife, tapos...
Tapos, I'm Alex E says, madadagdagan na naman ang mga kalaban ni Plants.
Kasi zombie.
Kasi magiging zombie siya. And Jing Dalagan says, mabuti pa ang true love. Never dies. And the top,
Alam mo lang yun.
funny Lapida quotes, comes from Camilo.
Camilo says,
Lapida of a dead mother. It would simply say, dead ma.
sometime in the future, I will be that.
Diba? Dead
be a
ma.
dead
ma.
Any mom, diba? Dead ma.
Dead mom.
All right, the top 10 funny Lapida quotes. If you want to join us, key in RX, space your entries and send them to 2299. Or tweet us by twitter.com/RXTMR. Please include our two hashtags, hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
You're listening to Manila's hottest. Monster Radio RX 93.1.
It's Chico.
It's Delamar
And it's Gino
on The Morning Rush.
Part 2. Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Del in for the news. Oh, wow. This is shocking news. CeeLo Green is maintaining his innocence after a Los Angeles woman filed a police report alleging that the Voice mentor and rapper assaulted her. TMZ reports that the unnamed woman filed a report that puts Green, real name Thomas DeCarlo Calloway, at the center of a sexual battery investigation. Though details are scarce, TMZ says police have visited an LA restaurant said to be connected to the case and have interviewed several employees and the manager. Green, 38, told TMZ he has not been to the restaurant in 3 months, saying, quote, "Nothing ever happened there or anywhere else," said the FU singer who mentors contestants on NBC's hit alongside Christina Aguilera, Blake Shelton, and Adam Levine. Now, a source close to Green told TMZ, quote, "I have never seen CeeLo act in a physical way toward anybody," unquote. No charges have been filed in the case, and it has not been yet referred to prosecutors.
Well, we'll see. You know, these things happen all the time. I mean, with especially with celebrities.
You become a target.
Some are true, some are not. I mean, of course, you have to be open to the idea that, you know, it could be true. But,
Right.
you know, a lot of people, especially remember with Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
turns out lots of them are fabricated just because you know that you can get a quick buck out of them. Sometimes all you have to do is find like there's a sliver of truth, and then you go, wait a minute, I can milk this.
Right.
You know, for instance, let's say a celebrity flirted with you, and you know that people saw that he was flirting. You can just go, we went back to his apartment, and then he beat me up. You know, something like that.
Right.
It's like there's a sliver of truth, but you just
Yeah,
sort
you
of
could
like
twist
twisted
it.
it. Yeah.
Actually, being played now on HBO is The Life of an Icon or something about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And part of the documentary was about, remember when he settled a case?
Yes.
And everybody around Michael Jackson had said, biggest mistake of his life. Because there was really no truth in it. There was just a
He
process.
just wanted it to go away.
He just wanted it to go away, and he was ill-advised to settle. And everybody around him said, "You shouldn't have settled. This is not. You are not guilty.
You paid for something that you didn't
do." And they were saying that years later, when he was asked if it was the right thing, Michael had admitted it's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
But at the time, because he was fragile that way, he just didn't want people getting angry at him.
And he thought it would end everything.
Everything, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Now
I
we
mean,
know it didn't.
it ended it in a sense that
The
the
case
lawsuit
ended,
is over.
but the speculation.
Because why would you settle? Usually you
Right.
settle because you're guilty.
Right. And remember, this was not a criminal case. This was a civil case.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know, maybe a girl found CeeLo Green, you know, a little friendly thought. Because it could happen.
It could happen.
Right. But the thing is, when you level an accusation against someone, you have to prove it.
Yeah.
You can't just say, he did this to me, and not substantiate it.
The burden of proof lies on your side.
Yeah, with the accuser.
Yeah.
If you're going to accuse someone that they molested you,
Yeah.
or they sexually harassed you, you're going to have to come up with the evidence.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, so CeeLo Green, for now, no case yet.
Yes.
So right now, it's just her word.
It's an allegation at
It's an
this point.
allegation. That is the news, the second one today here on the show. You've got the Kikay Mercado with you on this holiday Thursday,
Yeah.
November 1. We'll take you all the way until 10, as usual, right here on Monster Radio, RX 93.1.
The Morning Rush Top 10.
Morning Rush Top 10.
Monster Radio RX 93.1. Time for the top 10 for today, courtesy of Lazy Boy Takyo. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes.
All right, before we get into it, again, happy birthday to Rafi Barrero.
Happy birthday! And here we go. Let's start off with Astro Boy for Lazarus, the biblical Lazarus. Born, that's the date, died 28 AD. Born 28 AD, died 430 AD. Born 430 AD, died 1400. Born. Kasi lagi siyang binubuhay.
Binabuhay, Lazarus kasi.
Well, there are two Lazaruses in the Bible, isn't there?
Oh, really? I don't know.
The Lazarus that
The one who was raised from the dead.
And isn't there the Lazarus who was the one who was a rich man?
No, that's Zacharias.
No, that's different. Zacharias is the tax collector. No, the Lazarus, the one who spoke with Father Abraham.
Lazarus and the rich man.
Lazarus and the rich man. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, he's not the rich. Lazarus is
The one with
guy.
the sugat. And linilik ng dogs yung wounds niya.
And then he went to heaven.
Yeah.
And then the rich man saw Lazarus.
Dip your finger,
finger
in the water and
so
put
that
it on
I
my
can,
tongue.
yeah.
Because he was in flames.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same Lazarus or a different Lazarus, but I think
You're right. That is
Yeah.
also Lazarus.
Lazarus. Two
Completely know
Lazarus.
the story.
That's. I think it's different nga.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And the Dazara says on the Lapida, the top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Finally, hindi na nila naitawid.
Nasagasaan din.
Jay
That's
Ryan
awesome.
says, death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory no one can steal. Kasi in parenthesis, hanggang libingan, umiimo pa rin.
Pati ba naman din?
Hanggang doon umiimo pa rin.
Namatay ka na't lahat-lahat, emo ka pa din.
Camilo says, ako man ang patay, ikaw pa rin ang mukhang bangkay.
I like that.
At saka may diss pa rin.
Bitchy.
But you know, it would be nice to
Put something
I've never
funny.
actually seen
A funny...
a funny
Lapida.
an epitaph. That's what it
Epitaph.
is. Oh yeah.
An epitaph.
I've never actually seen that here, but apparently in the States they have a lot of those.
Yeah.
But I would
Kasi for
think-
me, I would love to make people smile.
Smile still,
diba? Na
right?
parang
Diba?
even
Parang-
in death, especially like you, because you're really funny. You not so much. So
Kasi
diba,
it would be cute, para hindi heavy.
Don't worry, I won't have a lapida. I don't want to be buried.
branded. You wanna be
I don't want to be branded.
branded.
No, I don't want to be buried.
Kung may lapida ako, dapat Louis Vuitton. Talagang
Talagang
may LV print na
Oo,
LV.
na sila yung kailangan, sila
Gumawa
ang
talaga.
Sila gagawa.
ukit. Kasi diba, that's how they are. They're so...
Oo.
Ako hindi. I don't want to be buried. I'd rather be cremated.
Me, I'd rather live forever.
Nice.
Calling
nice
all the
choice.
vampires out there.
Ako, it doesn't matter, basta I go.
Notice that.
Problema
Notice.
nila yun.
Iba talaga yung
Right,
ano,
no,
notice
but
the
sa'yo,
difference.
Yung
okay,
ang gulo eh.
Tsaka yung sa'yo parang, as long as I go, bahala na. That's your problem, how you want to
And
deal
who
with
cares?
my
I'll get rid
body.
of me. Put me in a balikbayan box, float me in the Marikina River, fine.
Bawal yun, ah.
Oo.
Oo nga, bawal
Yeah,
yun.
bawal.
Very unsanitary.
No, plus, hello, it'll look like...
And do you want to look so unglamorous?
Oo, kasi you'll bloat.
You'll bloat.
You'll bloat, water will, fish will live off of your carcass.
Ako okay lang the fish living off my carcass.
Really?
I don't like the idea of seeing you bloated.
Yeah.
I'd rather the fish eat me. If you had a choice between... Grabe talaga itong bastos.
Anong klaseng fish?
Janitor fish ba to? Kasi magaling sila maglinis, diba? They suck on things.
Or anong yung geographically saan galing yung fish?
Salmon.
Maybe? Salmon. North America.
North American fish.
Marcoholic says, ito lang ang nakasulat sa lapida mo BRAINZZZ ...
VR.
AINZZZ ... AI.
Brain. Ako nga zombie. Brains. I was like, Brian's?
Ako naman,
Kaya sabi kong Brian.
ako naman nasabi ko, bring it.
Ang bagal natin.
And the Dazara says, to my wife Nadia, cool ka lang. Cool ka lang. Huwag ka masyadong umiyak, huwag ka masyadong ma-stress. Ito lang.
Nadja.
Oh, tapos to my sister Gina. Cool ka rin.
Danica Marie and Jay Ryan says, biodegradable. Tas in parenthesis, except my boobs.
Kasi,
It's true though.
Right.
If you have silicone implants,
Yeah, that's
you
the
will
only
be a
things that
skeleton, tapos 2 boobs.
yeah.
Actually, what I saw,
Give it away na lang to other people.
no, I wouldn't.
Would they take it out? Hindi, no? They'd leave it.
I think they'll leave it.
Well, they could take it out if you asked
If
them.
you
Yeah,
ask them
they
to.
could. I'm just thinking,
But
I saw a picture of an old lady, really, really old lady, on the beach wearing a bikini. And she was still thin, But everything was kind of like, obviously, as you get older, things
Start to sag.
yeah.
Yeah. But her boobs were
We're still there.
as if she was in her 20s.
Nice.
It's so weird. No,
No,
it's
it looks
weird.
weird.
Kasi
No, but-
you'd be so wrinkly na, tapos you still have like perky boobs.
It's like getting a tattoo.
Oh, that's true.
Diba? Imagine
They
when
say,
you're like-
that's the downside of tattoos.
Yeah,
when
because
you're old,
when
it
you get
looks
old,
like.
it's just distorted.
Hindi, tsaka it highlights the wrinkliness more. Because you have like a, parang a
Yeah.
tapestry
There's a color,
na
oh.
lukot,
Yeah,
diba?
right.
Angel Rain says, everything that is born dies.
That's true.
Cristiano Reynaldo says, journalist, ... R.I.P. Orter. O-R-T-E-R.
Reporter.
Orter. O pwede ring olyo.
Ripolyo.
Eh, journalist nga eh. Ba't siya
Wala
naging
lang.
vegetable?
Or ano,
Kasi
vegetarian.
nagulat, he got into a really bad accident.
Or vegetarian siya.
Oo nga,
Tapos R.I.P.
or resentative.
Kung government official ka.
Representative.
O kaya, refrigerator.
Or kung sobrang sobrang disciplinarian niya, 'di ba? Remand.
Remand. Or
Reprimand.
eri.
Reperi? Reperi!
Riperi. Butter Baby says, ito yung kung medyo conscious ka about certain things. Butter Baby says, born February 29, 1978. Died young. Ayaw mo sabihin kung kailan.
Or yung mga tipong died September 17.
Pero walang born.
Walang year.
Camilo Rosa says, sabi ko sa'yo, mahal kita eh. Cross my heart, hope to die. Oh,
Ayun.
Ayun, patay.
Ayun, patay. Custer Winston says,
Hindi, pero if hope to die, it means
He didn't really love
he
her.
didn't really love her.
Exactly.
Patay.
Kaya siya namatay. Kasi nag-cross my heart, hope to die. Oy, patay ka.
Ayun.
Custer Winston, ako naman nakuha mo.
Hindi ko nakuha. Sabi ko, hindi mali.
Nakatumawa. Alam ko nagigets mo. Custer Winston says, Lapida of Chris Brown.
Oh.
Don't wake me up.
Don't wake me up.
Actually, you can include
Right.
yung future Lapida
Of
quotes
celebrities.
Pwede rin yun. And the entry that caps off the bottom half of the top 10 funny Lapida quotes comes from Camilo.
Camilo, again. So,
Oh yeah, you're right. Patunay na di lahat ng masamang damo matagal mamatay.
wow.
Admittedly. Diba? Admittedly. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. You know what? Later on, we can actually read some of the entries that I was able to save from yesterday.
Okay.
Na hindi na natin nabasa.
Cool.
Just some additional scary stories. All right, if you want to join us, key in RX, space your entries and send them to 2299 or tweet us via twitter.com/RXTMR. Please include our two hashtags. Hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
Monster Radio RX 93.1.
The Morning Rush Top 10.
Morning Rush Top 10.
Guys,
What?
di ba, I just had an epiphany. Di ba magtanan means to get married?
Well, not to get married, to elope.
To elope.
Kasi perfect eh. Magtanan. Tan,
Tan, tanan.
Well, that's the
Pero
hope.
si-
Pag nagtanan ka, usually, sinusundan nyo ng...
Kasi minsan ang
Nagtan-tan-tanan.
nagtanan, parang the guy just gets what he wants and then he leaves her.
Ah, really?
Yeah, sometimes.
Basta, basically, it
What
means
exactly does the
elope.
guy want?
Kasi tanan means you are
Ibig sabihin,
going...
hindi kayo pinayagan. That's why
hindi
magtatanan
lang yun.
kayo.
You go out and do what, married people do. Kasi pag okay, there was a
Like you
time
run off.
you run away, but no, but there's more. Kasi if you make tanan and then you bring back the
If you
girl,
make tanan.
if you make tanan
If
and
you
then
make
you bring back the
tanan.
girl, she will be disgraced if
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't marry
Right, if you don't
her.
marry
Yeah,
her.
that's why usually dapat after the tanan,
May
dapat
wedding.
may wedding.
Yun. Kaya kayo nagtatanan. Papayag ang babaeng magtanan kung papakasalan siya. But the parents don't like.
Yeah.
Kasi if nagtanan, there's no marriage. You will just be a disgraced woman. But now there's no weight to that because not every bride is a
Tsaka
virgin.
they don't even call it tanan anymore. They just live together.
Right.
Dati kasi
Not
parang-
every bride. Oh, it's a giant mistake.
Yuck! I know. It's so
Yuck!
yucky.
I want to brush my teeth. Because like, it's dirty in my mouth na.
And gargle.
Oh, gargle. And then, wala lang, Caliburn. I was sort of expecting this already. Nagtanan, di ba yun yung bridge?
Ay, nako.
Uy, sa Monday, dadaan tayo dun, ha?
Sa Nagtanan Bridge.
Nagtanan Bridge.
Tapos picturean mo kami ni Gino.
Ako talaga taga-picture.
Hello, sino pa ba? Alangan naman kayo yung pipicturean.
I super hate you both.
Never.
Ino-open niyo ako all the time.
Oh, how would, sige, you want us to hit on you?
Ayoko.
Oh. Besides, we're not your type.
Oo nga. Ikaw malapit-lapit ng konti kasi you're a
You're
little
kind
white.
of,
Pero
ikaw,
not
wala
white
eh.
enough.
You've got the injo color.
Dapat kasi talaga.
Injo color.
Tsaka hindi pwedeng maputi lang eh.
Oh, dapat pati culture.
Everything.
Diba? Yung mga tipong pag
Must
nag-Halloween.
I suffer through this all the time?
Ay nako, aminin mo, kinikilig ka.
Na ano?
Pag inasar ka namin.
No, of course
Oh,
not.
yeah!
Oh my God, sana may camera.
Okay. Yung itsura ni Del nakakainis.
Naramdaman ko na eh.
Kilig na kilig eh. Yung ayaw,
my God,
ayaw pag
sana
tumingin
may
sa atin kasi
camera.
nahihiya.
The moment she was saying hindi siya kinikilig, dun siya kinilig.
I was trying to keep it.
Ay, nako. Delamar. Delamar.
Am I blushing?
Yes, you are red.
Ay, nako.
So here we go. Let's see here. Let's start off. Okay, the top 10 is courtesy of Lazy Boy Takyo. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Let's start off with Chard. The quote will just go, sabi mo mababaw lang. Apparently not.
Hindi, or pwede rin. Mababaw talaga. Pagtalon niya from a high point. Like let's just say nag-cliff dive siya.
Not so much the lunod.
Tapos nung pagtalon niya, sumigaw yung kaibigan niya, mababaw yan! Salamat ha!
On the way down. Gee, thanks.
Useful!
Also, coming from Marcoholic, every now and then, dig up my grave to see if I'm still here.
Why?
Why?
Kasi may plano siyang
Oh,
plano siyang lumarga. And then Lock on Strata says, compost lang ang peg.
Ang ganda, no?
Di ba? Compost lang ang peg.
Imagine seeing that, na parang you're like walking through like a cemetery. Biglang, compost lang ang, kasi usually it's like loving father.
Di ba yung mga ganon? We will miss you.
I wish you guys watched Aziz Ansari. Hey Randy.
Well, I know him.
Hey Randy. Okay. Well, anyway, he has this thing. He's Randy in this routine.
Yeah.
Kaya hey Randy.
Oh, hey Randy. He makes that thing. Anyway, so he died while, I can't say it.
In the act
No. He was in a jacuzzi and he was with his girlfriend.
Okay.
His girlfriend asks him a favor, quote unquote.
Okay.
So that's underwater.
So he couldn't breathe.
So he died while.
Okay.
So he says that his tombstone would have. Isn't it cool that his tombstone would say he died giving?
Yes.
And then there would be like a hand to give him a high five.
Like high five the hand.
Everybody who reads it like gives him a high five.
He died giving.
Diba?
And then he was like, imagine the call. My friend calling my parents. Hey folks, Randy died giving.
Yeah.
It was like a whole.
Tapos may high five.
May high five, may kamay.
Coco Hernandez says, see you later. Lalabas na lang ako dun sa 46-inch full HD TV mo sa condo mo later.
Either is, pwede tatlo tayo dan.
Sa akin, nasa box pa eh. Hindi makakalabas
kasi hindi
si
siya
ano eh.
taga-condo eh.
Hindi, pero may condo ka.
Oo, pero naka-box pa yung TV.
Hindi, tsaka yung condo, wala yung
Wala dun
TV,
yung
wala
TV
yung
dun,
condo.
Ilalagay natin doon.
Pero sabi ni Gino, ilalagay natin dun.
Tapos ikaw, ayun, nandiyo pa rin yun.
And then Rome John, later.
Naka-box pa kasi.
Hey, we're trending. Dito Lapida, at least.
Yay!
Yes!
Boy Bakal says, well played, Maria Regina Cristina John Miguel Manyo Pili. Well played. From her arch enemy. Ilad Villanueva says, Lapida ng Makabayan. ang mamatay nang dahil sa'yo.
Naks.
But that would be cool.
Yeah.
Can I squeeze in a top 10?
Yeah.
Coming from Elad Villanueva. Sorry, this has really appealed to me. Lapida ng gamers. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start.
What does that mean?
You don't know this?
Yung ano, like...
Contra,
yeah.
30 lives.
30 lives.
I didn't know. I thought like just the what you do with the controller.
It's a cheat code from like way back. I think I was in like 2nd grade.
Where do you get those cheat codes? Online?
Well, back then wala pang internet eh. Wala.
How do you get
Everybody just knew about it. For some... Actually, you're right. Because now it's so easy to like Google cheat codes and whatever. But back in the day...
How does one get a cheat code?
Meron pang from gaming magazines. And then, because obviously when you're in grade school, you can't afford to buy like, these expensive magazines
So
and whatever.
passed around
Xerox.
Whoa.
Photocopy. As in
Wow.
full... I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the game Rockman or Mega Man. As in, they had to come up with... We would photocopy like entire sections of magazines. Like 10 pages worth.
Actually, before, I
Kasi parang
remember,
walk through eh.
like Rubik's Cube, you could buy. You had to buy the cheat. It was like a little booklet to give you instructions.
Yeah.
And you can buy it in Green Hills, huh?
But doesn't it defeat the purpose of having the game?
No, let's say you tried
Well,
it and you're really like
can't.
ako, hello. I'm so bad at these puzzle games, as in super bad. Like when I bought the Rubik's Cube, as in talagang there was no way in hell I could even come close to
Did you at least form 1 or 2 sides?
Well, yeah, one side and then a bit, diba yung one face, I was able to do that. Obviously, everything else is gulo-gulo.
No.
And then I could line up some of the first row and then that's as far as I could go. So obviously, no way will I be able to solve it. So parang, might as well see the cheat. Diba?
Kasi ako I'm like a total idiot when it comes to the
Yun,
Rubik's
exactly,
Cube.
me too.
But you see, my brother would get the Rubik's Cube, leave him a few minutes, like he'll figure it out. And the next thing I know, everything is like white, yellow, green.
There, exactly.
And I'm like, how did Kuya do it?
Pero for me, like yun nga, when you've hit a blank, if you hit a dead end,
then you can get
you'd want to buy the cheat.
And you want to learn.
You want to learn. And then after a while,
Right.
so at least parang, because it's still fun.
Yeah.
In a weird, well, because I'm
But you
so,
still have to figure
I'm
it
so
out.
bad at it that it's fun to just gulo it.
Yeah.
And then put it back based on the cheat. Like you memorize the cheat.
Yeah.
But it's still fun.
But it's still learning.
This,
Diba? It's still learning.
This just goes
Yeah.
to show how we deal with problems.
yeah.
Like you bought the cheat code, like the solve,
The parang how to,
whatever.
Yeah, it's still a cheat code.
You actually tried to fix the Rubik's Cube, right? I took out the stickers, and then I put them.
And then
Street smart, eh? Diba?
that's how you solve it.
Oh, I took out the because I tried to solve it. I solved about like 2 phases, and I got really pissed off. So I took out the stickers and I rearranged it. And I was like, "That's what's up." Ano, Rubik's Cube ka lang.
Diba? Oh my gosh. Sa bagay, who says you can't do that?
Diba?
Isn't that the easier way?
Diba?
Diba?
You still solved it.
Yeah,
All
you
the box
solved
said
it.
was that
You
you,
quote
know, you
unquote
solved it.
Pero
solved
yung Rubik's Cube ni Gino, puro kusot yung sticker.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Aid says Walt Disney's epitaph died of leptospirosis. You may get it from mice. And Jay Ryan says, I wish my life was as awesome as I pretended it was on Twitter.
Whoa! Emo talaga. Grabe.
Fortunata de Coco says, bitch, you're next. And the top, funny
daming
Lapida
galit sa
quotes,
katawan.
diba, comes from Rome John.
Rome John says,
A good son, a wonderful father, a great husband, but a bad electrician.
got electrocuted.
Electrocuted.
Ang kinamatay niya. If you want to join us for today, the top 10 funny Lapida quotes, key in RX, space your entries and send them to 2299. Or tweet us via twitter.com/RXTMR. Please include our 2 hashtags, hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
Chico, Delamar, Gino. The Morning Rush.
It's Chico.
It's Delamar
And it's Gino.
on The Morning Rush, Part 3.
The Morning Rush. Top 10.
Saka talagang
W. Tatlong W.
Alright, so here we go. We've got our top 10. Because it is November 1, a lot of people in the cemetery. Let's just do something fun.
Right.
You know, so, although it is, you know, a solemn commemoration of our
those who passed.
beloved, you know, loved ones who have passed away.
Beloved and not beloved.
Actually, that's true. Pero, syempre, the ones that you would commemorate would be the ones that you love. You won't go all the way through the traffic just to visit people
That's true.
You're kind of like...
You're not very fond of
Pwede
in
na.
the first place. Parang steads lang.
Diba? And let's do the top 10 sent in by Lazy Boy Takio. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Let's start off with a apple apple. Been there, done that. The whole alive thing.
Been there.
Been there,
done
done
that.
that. I'm done with that. And also, Gladiator, guys, please believe them when they tell you, don't try this at home.
Nadali siya.
Naisahan.
Diba? And also...
Pero kasi that's really dangerous sometimes. The more that you say not to do it, some people will do it all the more.
Yeah.
Diba? Like parang whenever... Every single movie that has like a moment where, you know, they're hanging off the side of a bridge or a building or a mountain. Don't look down. The first thing they do
is look down. It is true though. No, lalo na yung ano. This is the classic. It's not dangerous naman. Pero diba, the moment your friend tells you, oh, wag kang titingin instantly, the head turns.
Ayun, tumingin na ako sa'yo.
Hindi, diba? When you say something, wag kang titingin sa likod mo.
Wag mo bibigyan ng pera. Wag mo bibigyan ng pera.
Wag mo ako.
I think what you should do is tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Which is, kasi when you tell them not to do something, you're also telling them what to do inadvertently.
Yeah.
So like, let's say somebody's standing behind you, Chico. So when I see somebody standing behind you, I'll just go, you know, look at me. Look at me. That's the first thing I should say to you.
Instead of saying, don't look behind you.
Kasi the minute I say
automatic talaga eh. And then Cristiano Ronaldo says, okay, yung namatay pusit. Si Squidward. So nakalagay dun sa lapida niya. Calamar, rest in peace.
Ay, nako.
Ginawa calamares.
Diba? Calamar, rest in peace.
Sana crunchy ka no.
Diba? And also...
Do you remember what Vice said about Elizabeth Ramsey, that guesting?
Yeah.
Like, parang pusit lang siya. Walang pinipiling oras para magbuga ng 18.
Para magbuga ng ano.
Like, because when she said she had her period.
I know, right?
It's so quick. Vice is so quick, right?
He really is.
Lazy Boy Taki was saying, hey, second topic ko na to na ginamit ng RX TMR. Sisikat ba ako pag nag-trending ang Lito Lapida? Trended already.
Actually, yeah.
And also, hey, sing it this. Rochester Dean would like to greet his son Richard Dean Baltazar. It's his 7th birthday.
Happy 7th birthday.
Happy birthday.
And to Rafi B, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Oh, and also to Doc Carlo's mom.
Oh, happy birthday.
Mom Lynn, a happy birthday.
We always greet Mom Lynn.
Yeah.
And also, I'm Leiron says, oh, siguro naman ngayon, mahahanap ko na yung soulmate ko.
Kasi soul
na siya. So literally, your soulmate.
Right.
And also, Kazidi says, di ba SLN? Not SNL, that's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
SLN is our local RIP. Sumalangit nawa.
Really?
It's really SLN. Even in the mga, sometimes yung mga mass cards, and it really is SLN. Kunya yung pangalan nung dead. Let's say, kunyari si Dolphy. Rodolfo V. Kizon. SLN. It means sumalangit nawa. So in this lapida, it will say SLN SKN.
Sumalangit nawa?
Sunod ka na. SLN SKN. Sumalangit nawa, sunod ka na. And also, and to Kimmy Moore, happy birthday!
Oh, so many people
from Zerovic.
Wow,
it's a hold off of the Valentine. Remember, they say October is Valentine's
baby.
So 9 months after
kung delayed ka,
October.
Giving birth.
So kung medyo November, may buntot pa yan. And also, Shivana says, Dear family and friends, thanks for coming to my funeral. Sorry I won't be able to return the favor. Right?
Pero apologetic pa rin.
Pero okay na yun.
Pero okay na
Please.
And Kitrich says, nabuhay na bakla, namatay na bakla. Next stage, multong bakla.
Oh, that's right.
Ardeology says, it's too late to apologize. It's too late.
It's too late.
Lalo pag maraming meron
Tapos meron pang,
And Jing Dalagan says, here lies a lawyer. He still lies. Because it literally lies. And lies. And Camilo says, dating mataba. Ngayon, pataba.
Fertilizer.
And the entry that caps off the bottom half of the top 10 funny Lapida quotes comes from Glad Jator.
Glad Jator says,
Last year lang, dumalaw ako sa puntod ng friend ko. So, eto na ako ngayon. Ikaw.
Kasi you'll only see that if you visit
Diba?
it.
If you visit
And it's
it.
like, you are doing exactly what I did last year.
And
Dumalaw
here I
lang
am.
ako and I'm here now. So, what about you? That is creepy.
That's creepy.
That is really creepy. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Do you do that? When I'm in the cemetery, until now, we used to do this as kids. I've never gotten rid of the habit. When I'm in the cemetery, I cannot step. Obviously not on the Lapida, but
Yeah.
even on the
where
plot
the body
that
is supposed
I
to
can't.
be.
I have to walk
don't
around
also.
it.
Around it.
And I look so stupid kasi obviously after a while, the grass will grow na over the whole thing. Hindi mo na makikita
Hindi mo na
yung,
makikita kung
what do you
saan.
call that?
The parang line.
The perimeter of the actual
but you
kabaong.
still avoid it.
I really avoid it.
Yeah.
If I think I'm still stepping on top of the kabaong, I have to move to the side.
Kasi feeling ko parang
disrespectful.
Oo,
parang I
and tsaka
can't.
parang one day, parang like pag-apak mo doon, biglang may kamay na.
Yeah,
parang,
me
"Hoy,
too."
nga dito.
Or parang it's malas or they'll multo you or something. I don't know.
Which is why I like the tombstone better. More than the...
With my dad, I mean our plot, the family plot in Loyola, my dad has that. But it turns out that akala ko, kasi it's a plot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kasha,
Yeah.
but you can do dalawa, so 12 ang kasha dun sa plot namin. So first my dad was the first one, sa gitna siya. And then when my sister died, she was buried there. Akala ko lahat nakaangat. What do you call that? The nicho. But apparently only one lang pala. The rest will be lapidas. So everything else is buried. So
I
per
think that's
plot,
nicer.
so per plot of 6, there's only one nicho. Everybody else will be like,
Pero hindi ba one plot can accommodate 3?
I think so.
no,
Depende
for
yata.
hanggang
for
2
you
lang.
guys.
For 2 lang. So, yung sa amin, the one that we have, we can have 6 siya na tabi-tabi and then there's one
each.
pwedeng patong. So hanggang 12. So kami, the family were talking, paano yan? Paano yung 13th na mamamatay? Eh di wala na siyang plot. So we're like, okay lang, sige, mauna na kayo. Nobody wants it's a problem that nobody wants
To deal with.
diba? Yung parang, okay lang, kahit nandun ako sa 13, 14, 15.
But you know, I don't know, like I remember when I was in Cebu, because all of our relatives who passed away are mostly buried in Cebu or Iloilo, Antique actually. And then we got to visit the one in Cebu more often. They would have like these Chinese families.
Yeah.
They would have really, really nice.
Yes.
Para may mga
Mausoleum.
naka-aircon pa.
Yeah.
Grabe.
I've seen them. Well, in Loyola, there's
Yeah.
the part na regular. And then if you go to the mausoleum area,
Yeah.
oh my
Grabe,
gosh.
diba?
As in, bahay.
Better than some of the living conditions of people who are alive.
People who are alive.
And some are like, I saw one, solid marble.
Yeah. Yung mga black
Even the
marble
pillars
pa na ano.
are marble.
Ganda eh.
They have beds inside. They have, oh my gosh, as in,
May Xbox,
comfortable.
may PS3.
May TV.
Oh.
But I really think it's also because the living stay there during, visits.
During visits, yeah.
So they want to. It's not like you're making it comfortable for the dead. They're already dead. You're making it comfortable for those who visit the dead.
And like very near our plot is Snooki Serna's dad. As in like literally the next plot. Yeah. And it's kami hanggang tolda lang.
But it always saddens me when like, do you do that also? Like you read the other
Yeah.
We were talking
Yeah,
about
we
it
were talking about
earlier.
it.
when you're
earlier.
walking past it or whatever, I
Yeah.
get really sad when I see like yung mga kids.
Kids.
Yeah.
Mga 7
Tsaka,
years
tsaka,
old.
don't you do that? You compute.
Oh, you compute.
When you see the born and then died, and then you sort of like compute kung ilang taon sila.
It's
And then
sad.
you're like, wow, this one's really young, teenager pa lang. Yung mga ganun. Then
Oh.
you start thinking of, you wonder what happened.
What happened?
You wonder, wow. All
the,
right.
the last wake that I went to, it was it was a friend's dad's wake, and right next to the, what do you call that? That room. What do you call that?
What do you mean?
The chapel.
Yeah, the chapel.
Of course, there's another like room where another person's dead would be having the funeral, the wake, and she was exactly my age.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I really thought about it. Like, it hit me. Like, wow, you could really go at any time.
It's true.
Yeah.
Kasi nga sometimes, diba, like you said, even when it comes to the showroom, the funeral parlor, not showroom. Pero diba, like sometimes you really think of the story behind
What
Yeah,
happened.
what happened.
Actually, that's the first thing I asked.
Diba?
And you know what? Nobody was there for her.
Oh wow.
Yeah, only 3 people. And we were there for about an hour and a half. Only 3 people there.
Whoa.
And meanwhile, in our friend's dad's like little room, it was jam packed.
Yeah. Whoa. All right, so the top 10 funny Lapida quotes. If you've got some more entries, key in RX, space your entries and send them to 2299. Or tweet us via twitter.com/RXTMR. Please include our 2 hashtags, hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
Mail. Fail. The Morning Rush.
The Morning Rush Top 10.
Morning Rush Top 10.
Monster Radio RX 93.1. Time for the top 10 for today. Thank you to Lazy Boy Takio for sending this in. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. So let's start off with okay. Let's start off with Lock on Stratus. Let's say your parent died, tas isa ka lang na anak, okay? The Lapida will say, "Anak, ang tunay mong tatay ay si ...
What a cruel joke.
No.
Hey, but you know what? On what channel was that? I think one of the cable channels. They have this TV show called Searching For.
Okay.
And it's a TV show about adopted kids finding their parents.
Their parents. Their real biological parents.
Yeah. Crazy. Because I think before you couldn't do that. Because the records are sealed and all that. But I think there's a number of years where you can search for your biological parents.
Wow. Okay, that must be intense.
I know.
Yeah, right?
Crazy Enrile says, YOLO.
Yun lang.
That's it. YOLO. And Jerome says, may party pala dito sa baba. May VIP reservations pa.
May guest
Pero
list.
kung pumaparty, baka dun siya sa kabila.
Hey, no. You know what? I'd like to think that, even up there are parties too.
Pero siguro hindi na party. Baka something.
I don't
Pero
think
nga,
they
no?
call it parties.
No, because, if you think about it, okay. When you go out here in a club,
Yeah.
like, you're usually smoking, drinking, dancing or whatever. Do you ever wonder if that's allowed up there, if you believe in up there?
Possibly not.
So, parang hindi masyado.
Hindi, baka iba kasi yung, I don't know. Kasi diba, like, why do you drink? Usually it's to, because,
Inebriate yourself.
parang you're happier
Yeah.
with some alcohol. So, I'm thinking if you're up there, the happiness is like
Innate.
bucolic. Like it's really just
There.
bursting out of your heart or whatever you call
I
it.
think as well, because it's an earthly thing.
Yeah.
To inebriate yourself, to smoke,
Yeah.
to get that high from nicotine. All of that is the pleasures of the flesh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you don't have flesh up there.
Yeah. So it's
So what-
something else.
You wonder what people
Maybe something
do there.
that we can't. We don't
If you
even have a
believe-
concept of.
Yeah, right. Well, if you believe the Bible, you can speak with animals. You will find your loved ones. You will get to talk to the prophets and to Jesus and to,
Yeah.
if you believe.
It's a whole lot of talking.
Huh?
Wala lang. Whole lot of talking. Talking to
Inisig ko na sa
animals.
heaven.
Diba?
There's nothing else to do.
And from Chicken Joyce, wanna join me? May space pa.
You know, they said before, being buried alive was an actual possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yung people might
miss
think that you're
dead. Guess what? A good friend of ours had a relative who had died. So she was still in the house.
Okay.
So she was on her bed, and all the relatives came, gathering around the bed, obviously crying and upset, right?
Yeah.
You know what? She stood up.
What?
And she's like, what happened? But she had been dead for hours.
Like clinically dead?
Yeah, clinically dead. And then she woke up. And then I think she wanted to eat or something. And then she ate or something like that. But she did something or said something. And then she died. And that time for good.
That
so
is so
weird.
freaky.
Remember that story?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So weird.
Diba? I wonder what the scientific explanation of it.
Sobrang gutom niya siguro, no?
Well, because remember yeah, but she was already dead. They saw.
Weird.
Weird.
Jyoti says, written on the lapida, Hong Jeanette Ditay.
Let me guess.
Let me guess.
Becky?
Maximo says, ang pakikiramay na ito ay handog sa inyo mula kay Congressman Epal.
Talagang
Ang
even
ganda
then.
nun no? Kasi sponsored Sponsored yung lapida. Hey, that's expensive
What?
The lapida.
Oh, really?
It's like
But doesn't it depend on what material?
lampas 1,000.
Oh.
Or a couple of thousand. Something
I would
like
think
that.
so, because kung marble.
Especially if it's marble.
Right.
Boyta Boy says, I may be dead, but you ugly.
Nang dis pa rin, grabe.
Jing Dalagan says, I shall return. Chos. Pero may chos talaga dapat. Agent says, pumirma sa guest book. Ilagay ang pangalan, address, at suking tindahan. Iraraffle kung sinong susunod. Parang ayoko sumali sa raffle na yun.
Pero totoo, diba? You write on that guest book.
Yeah.
Right outside.
Right outside.
What do you call
Parang
that?
the guest book.
No. What's that place where you have the funeral and the wake?
That podium.
No, it's not a chapel, but what's that?
Yeah, that.
Sala? What do they call it?
I don't know. I'm not sure though. Jay Ryan says, finally, makaka-move on na rin ako. Like, I have moved on. And, like, obviously.
Literally.
you're
Literally,
dead.
yeah.
Mash Plutonium says, it's true. The devil does wear Prada. I've been there.
I saw him.
Caliburn says, charoterang ispirikitik, magpa-feel, magpa-sense, umapir ka vakler, ditay sa baler.
That's diba? From Zombadings.
Yeah. And Lock on Strata says, guys, ang payat ko na. Literally,
kasi kinain ka na ng
worms. Maggots.
Ng worms.
Worms. And the top funny lapida quote comes from Maximo.
Maxima says,
If the dead is a virgin, sayang ang lupa lang ang kumain.
Maximo.
Sayang ang lupa lang ang kumain.
Maximo, I swear.
Ay, nako.
It doesn't matter what the topic is.
Yeah?
There's a Maximo kind of entry.
There's a maximum entry. I must say.
Bastos talaga.
Diba?
Grabe.
Oh my gosh. Pero number one.
Alam na.
Alam na.
Pero sinasabi, bastos. Pero ginawang number one.
Hey, good morning to Anton. Good morning. Who's
Good
listening?
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's the kasunod? Good morning. Good morning. I always end there.
I just saw this in the movie because it was played in the movie.
Diba? Good morning. Good morning.
We're glad.
The end of the world is near.
Hindi yata ka na.
No.
Anyway.
Okay, so the top 10 funny lapida quotes. Key in RX, space your entries and send them to 2299 or tweet us via twitter.com/RXTMR. Include the two hashtags, hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
Hey, the NBA started yesterday, right?
Yeah. There's a game now between the Houston Rockets and
The Lakers lost yesterday. I could hear like people talking about it.
I know, right? I know somebody must have been really happy about that.
Basta alam ko,
Who kaya would have been really happy about the Lakers losing.
The non-Lakers fans.
Oh, really? Do you
Like?
know of any?
No, I don't know anybody.
Really? Don't know anyone who's not a Lakers?
9:19 on the clock.
But ang alam ko lang, sa December yung Miss Universe.
Alpha Males on Air. The Morning Rush.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It is the final news update here on the Morning Rush. 9:28 on the clock. The news, Lindsay Lohan was inundated by angry responses after a post about Adolf Hitler appeared on her timeline this week. The fake message read, quote, "How does Hitler tie his shoes?" from @oatmeal. A link to a humor website was also included with the bizarre message. Now, the 26-year-old cleared up confusion about the remark on Tuesday night, saying, quote, "My Twitter was hacked. Please ignore the last tweet." That's what she wrote to her 4.5 million followers. The actress recently came under fire for tweeting what some considered insensitive remarks about Hurricane Sandy. The devastating storm made landfall on America's East Coast on Monday night, killing at least 55 people. Quote, she tweeted, "Why is everyone in such a panic about hurricane? I'm calling it Sally. Stop projecting negativity. Think positive and pray for peace." That's what she wrote. Lindsay has since been retweeting links from the Red Cross with information about how victims can be helped.
Because she really got it.
She should.
That is insensitive. I mean, because you're not affected. That's why you're not panicking.
And that's why you can afford to not want to tweet about it. Because it's not your life.
For instance, us Filipinos, who this is like second nature to us, you know, disasters like these, it's no joke. We all know how, you know, it really destroys lives and property. So we take this very seriously. So
Plus, I
guess-
think never before has Twitter become so relevant. Because Twitter is it's a luxury, right? You should have your internet for you to be able to tweet about your thoughts, your life, what you're eating. But during a disaster and a calamity, it takes on a different role.
Right.
It's a means to spread information.
And they were saying it was just, of course, we've known this for years, but the U.S. realized that, you know, they were saying Twitter played a major role in saving a lot of lives. Remember, we know this way before,
right.
Because, you know, we
Ondoy.
During
experienced
Ondoy,
this during
exactly.
Ondoy.
And that's why some people automatically know that, like, let's just say there are a lot of entertaining Twitter accounts out there that tweet about, you know, even we tweet about, like, you know, silly, non-serious things all the time. But
Right.
the minute that, you know, there's a calamity that goes on, something sort of tells you inside na parang, okay, let's stop it
Seryoso
for a
na
little
to,
bit. Just be serious for a little while, and then, you know, we go back to the silly things after.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Apparently they went through the same thing.
Yeah.
That Twitter stopped being a fun thing.
fun thing.
And
It was-
instead it became
was
public
important.
service. It became.
But you know what? I think she really should. She should get it.
Yeah.
Like, how insensitive can you be? Some people's lives are at stake, and
Remember
you're
the
thinking,
But remember,
don't spread negativity.
this is the person who, you know, was putting down Amanda Bynes
Oh, right.
for something that she herself had done, you know, a couple of years back also. So
But how can Lindsay Lohan go so far down?
I know.
It's like every single day that we hear from
And
her,
you
it's
wonder-
never good.
You wonder where it'll
It'll end. Right?
Whether it'll be a happy ending, she'll become like another A-lister, you know, and better than ever, or does it end in, you know, something tragic?
You know what's so funny? They were talking, TMZ was talking about her and what's the name of the mom?
Dina.
Dina
Lohan. And they were making accusations, like, well, making light of it.
Bula.
But they were, that she smokes up with them. Snorts up
With her
them.
kids.
Yeah. It's insane, right? Well, then they say allegedly.
Oh, well, yeah.
Anyway, that is the news, the last one here today on The Morning Rush. Final 28 minutes left on the show today, this holiday, November 1, Thursday. You've got us all the way until 10. But next hour at 10 o'clock, you'll have the Rico and Fran show, only here on Monster Radio, RX 93.1.
It's Chico.
It's Delamar.
And it's Gino.
On the Morning Rush, Part 4.
The Morning Rush Top 10.
Morning Rush Top 10.
Monster Radio, RX 93.1.
Can we just greet June Guevara? He's tuned in. What's up, June? And also to his mom, Letty Guevara. Thank you. They're on a family road trip. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, take care on the road.
Also,
Drive
happy
safe.
birthday to Rafi Barrero.
Happy birthday.
Alrighty, the top 10 sent in by Lazy Boy Takyo. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Let's start off with Cherry the Great. I told you it's contagious. You're next. Lalo kung magkasama kayo, di ba?
Right.
And also, let's see here. Okay. Coming from Uod. Laters, bitches.
How very Christian Grey.
Right? Hey, hello to JV. Remember
Yes, JV of Gandang Gabi.
Yeah. of
Right.
Gandang
Hello.
Gabi Boys. Hello,
Hi,
JV. Good morning.
Good morning.
Excited na daw si JV dun sa
Sa dare.
pag-bike mo na naka-heels. Cristiano Ronaldo says, lying beside you here in the dark.
Hala.
Leify says, this is Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day.
Okay.
This would be his epitaph. Born February 17, died October 1. Hindi nagising when September end.
So wake me up when September ends.
Well, hindi siya nagising when September ended.
Isn't there a problem with him? Isn't he like...
What?
Something happened to him, right?
No.
Yeah. We did that for the news.
Oh, he got sick, but yeah, it's okay.
Is it the vocal cords?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he couldn't perform perform in that sense.
Custer
Winston says, for Lady Gaga, died this way.
Born this way,
died this way. Or pwede rin born this way, died that way.
Diba? Don't look my age says, Lapida for Madame Oring. Here lies the fossil of.
Sama.
Hindi man lang the remains.
I wonder how old she really is.
I'd say 70s?
Late
60s,
70s?
60s or 70s?
Hindi pa ba sa late 70s?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. And also,
Nothing makes you older than you trying to make yourself look younger.
Yeah.
Right?
Tignan mo si Cher. Napaka-natural lang.
No, like, for example, a lot of older ladies that you see, you know, walking around, for example, when they don't try to hide their age, it's okay. The age is not as glaring.
Yeah.
But someone who's old trying to look young is like screaming. You know, it draws more attention.
right.
That's why Madame
That's why
Auring
when
is
they
like that.
and when they fix their faces,
Yeah,
the more
right.
it looks kind of
more
like
it looks,
what happened. It looks grotesque. You know, it's like
There's a young celebrity.
Pero depende rin
She's
kung
not-
saan ka nagpaayos ng mukha. Kasi kung tipong belo naman, okay lang.
ay, oo, for sure, diba?
And then,
And pag yung
Pero kung
you
ayaw mo
look
ng
young.
invasive, facial care ka.
Oo. Well, sa Sexy Solutions kasi non-invasive yun. That's what
Kasi
you
sa
get.
Marie France talagang non-invasive.
Our friend was saying sasamahan ka daw niya sa pag-heels.
oh, sino?
Sinong friend natin, Chico?
O tara! Sige.
Sasamahan ka daw niya
Sige.
pag-heels.
Pwede ko i-document.
May bike din naman, no? May bike din naman. Tara,
mahilig
tara.
Pwede magdala ako ng camera.
Mahilig din siya mag-bike.
Sige, ako game ako. Game ako dyan.
T. Bartsky says, for Voldemort, one grave will say 1 out of 8. Tapos sa second grave,
Yung Horcrux.
The Horcrux.
kasi Horcrux siya eh, di ba?
2 out of 8.
So merong 2 out of 8, 3 out of 8, 4 out of 8.
Actually, all of them will say 1 out of 8.
Oh, kasi...
Ah, well, yeah. And unless nga, it's
Hindi, or pwedeng 1
unless
of 8,
naka-number sila.
2
1
of
of
8,
8.
3 of 8.
3 of 8, 4 of 8. And then, Louise would put, ang makabasa nito, dadalawin ko mamayang gabi.
Hala.
Eh, syempre, mababasa mo lang siya pag binabasa,
Pag binabasa
mo.
mo, oh.
So, obviously, there's no taking it back. Marlon Nitot says, here lies a man. Here lies a man. Here lies someone who lived a man but died an old woman.
Here,
Ron Mojako says,
Yummy.
Nooy nag-iinit, ngayoy nanlamig. Parang pag-ibig mo sa akin nung buhay pa ako. Hala. Umiimo. And then,
hindi hanggang kamatayan nagpaparinig. Parang
diba?
Twitter lang.
Parang Twitter lang ang peg. And also, let's see here. Okay, and the entry that caps off the bottom half of the top 10 Lapida quotes, funny Lapida quotes, comes from Kiko Man Machine.
He says,
Walang gisingan.
leave me alone.
Walang gisingan to. Diba? Iba ang peg. So, one final batch coming up. The top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Key in RX. Space your entries and send them to 2299. Or tweet us via twitter.com/RXTMR. Include hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Lito Lapida.
So I just got an additional 70 votes.
Yay!
You bet. I think we should prepare those heels.
Halika mag-shopping na tayo.
Shopping.
Sige, pero make it
I want
naman,
like red heels.
Pwede bang Louboutins?
Basta ikaw bibili.
Hindi, ikaw.
Hindi.
Di ba nga yung is you guys will have to
No.
provide the
It
heels.
can't be open toe. It has to be closed toe na high heels.
Okay, fine.
Go.
Alright, here we go.
Chico, Delamar, Gino. The Morning Rush.
The Morning Rush Top 10.
Morning Rush Top 10.
Monster Radio RX 93.1. And time for the top 10 for today.
Yes, but
Alright.
before that, sorry, just a quick hello to Baby Girl, Squats. He's tuned in.
Hey, where is he?
The family's on the way to the south.
Okay.
They're just southbound. So hello.
Careful on the road.
Yep, and also once again, a quick happy birthday to Doc Carlos' mom, Mom Lynn. She wasn't able to hear it earlier, so happy birthday. And also, quick hello to Kaya and to Perry, and to Perry's parents, Tito Rolly and Tita Yvonne. Hello.
And to Raffy B, happy
Raffy B,
birthday.
happy
Happy birthday.
All right, the top 10 funny Lapida quotes. Thank you to Lazy Boy Takio for sending this in. Let's start off with Louise. Pag kunyari inuud ka na, finally, may gumapang din.
Uod lang inintay.
Di ba?
Oh my gosh.
Dave Evans says, tried to call an ambulance pero naubusan ng load.
Patay. Ay,
Literally. Literally, patay. And also, Nils says, status, offline. That's actually cute.
Cute,
Especially if you're always, if you are a gamer
If you're a techie or a
techie.
geeky guy.
Astro Boy says, ang undas ay laging malungkot. Bakit ka mo? Baliktarin mo.
Undas. Sad dun. Sad yun.
Hindi.
Sad yun.
Undas.
Sad no. Sad no.
Sad no.
Sad no.
Kakainis no.
Kainis talaga.
Kasi undas Pag binaligtad mo yung undas, sad no.
Oo.
Ang sad. And the top funny Lapida quote comes from Ilad Villanueva.
Ilad says,
Lapida na ipinagawa ng mga galit na office mates mo nung namatay ka. Segregation lang ang peg. Di nabubulok. Kasi
Plastic.
I love it. Hindi nabubulok. Kasi plastic ka
Plastic.
Hindi ka mabubulok.
Alright, sorry, we don't have time.
Alright, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you. For every...
Enjoy November 1? No.
Well, however you want to spend it.
Yeah. But just take care of yourselves out there on the road. Another long weekend. Have fun, but stay safe. We gotta go, guys.
Bye, guys.
Alright, see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Monday?
Anong bukas? Kaya, Monday ka dyan. Pumasok ka bukas.
Pumasok ka.
Kakalbuhin ka namin pag hindi ka pumasok.
Plano.
Ano ka, masaya?
Grabe, ang
Ano ka?
violent ng react.
Ano
Ako sinabi ko lang parang, hindi, may pasok tayo bukas. Ito, kakalbuhin kita.
Ano ka, sineswerte?
Harsh.
Ano ka, may long weekend, tapos
May
kami
long
wala.
weekend, ganon, ang peg mo.
Asa.
Regular employee ang peg.
Ano tayo? Nag-overreact?
Overreact much.
Alright, we gotta go. We'll see you tomorrow.
B-boying, popping, lock, jerking, crump, robot, snap, bouncing. If you've got all the right moves, it's time to bring them to 931 Rhythm Street. 931 Rhythm Street. Year 11. Open to school-based hip-hop and R&B dance groups. 6 to 12 members, all from one college or university. Represent your school. Does your outfit have what it takes to unseat last year's champions, UP Delamar? First runner-up, Ateneo de Manila. Second runner-up, UP Manila. 931 Rhythm Street. Year 11. Soon to unfold at Robinson's Place, Manila Midtown Atria. To join, contact Vince at 0917-591-7993 or email vince@rx931.com. VINCE@rx931.com. Deadline for entries November the 9th. From the station that opens the road for your dance expression, Manila's hottest, Monster Radio, RX 93.1.